Welcome to another 5 on Friday. Today is the last Friday of the year, so I'm going to share with you 5 books from 2023 that I rated with 5 stars. I have a little list here, so I'm going to just go through and pick 5 of them that I would want to tell you about. Let's start first with The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This one is a book that was written quite a few years ago, and I feel like it kind of made a comeback this year because I think I'm not the only one that was talking about it or read it this year. This is the story of like the Trojan War and the other things that happened around that time, told from the point of view of Patroclus. Patroclus, I can never say the name. He is the friend and lover of Achilles. We get his point of view of Achilles and his point of view of all the things that happened. And it's a beautiful book, beautifully written. I really, really loved it. I love like retellings of Greek mythology. I should read more of them. I think I need to read her other book. I also started the year out in 2023 with An Ember in the Ashes, which is the first book of a series by Sabaa Tahir, and made me fall in love with her writing and that series. And I read other books by her, and I need to keep going. I've read 2 of them. There's more, so this year I'm going to hopefully finish that series. Very intense fantasy. We've got kingdoms. We've got people fighting against their friends. There's missions. There's really bad people. There's forbidden love and lots of crazy magic. I love it. So while we're talking about Sabaa Tahir, I read All My Rage, which is a newer book of hers and completely different from An Ember in the Ashes. And this one is the story of 2 immigrants from Pakistan trying to survive in high school in California. It's about all kinds of really kind of hard subjects. They are friends, and how they help each other out even though they're trying to keep their distance from each other for some reason. It's really emotionally powerful, and I really loved it. I also really loved Dragon Hoops by Jane Lewin Yang. He writes beautiful graphic novels. I picked it up from the book sale for like $1, and I didn't even know what it was. And so one day I sat down and read it, and then I couldn't stop reading it. I read it pretty much in one sitting. He makes all these life observations by using basketball as a backdrop. He's a high school teacher, and he follows his team one year on their winning season, and he makes all these connections about life by observing this team that year, and it's just beautiful and amazing. And I cried and I cheered and I got invested in these people that I don't even know. So, and it's kind of an autobiographical, and I would call it nonfiction, and even though it feels like a fiction story, he's just an amazing storyteller, let alone this graphic artist. He blows me away. Okay, and let me see. One more. I would say Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I feel like this one is still making a buzz this year, even though it was sort of the popular book of last year. And it's a story about a friendship, guy and a girl who they were childhood friends, but in college they meet up again and they make this video game, and it's sort of the history of video gaming and how they connect throughout those years and fall apart and reconnect, and their stories, and it's just very character driven, and you get so attached to them, and it's just really great. Yeah, those are 5 books that I rated 5 stars this past year in 2023. So stay tuned for my video where I talk about my favorite books of the whole year in a little more detail. It will include these and some of the others that were on my list, and maybe some 4 stars too that I still felt like were my best favorite books. Until next time, happy reading.